the most important thing is that you just go outside and try. Um, you just go out, and you might go out for hours and get nothing at all, and that happens just all the time. But in the end, it's that one moment where you kind of get that one capture, and you got it. You didn't edit it. You don't even have to look at it. You just know that that one moment is like the sweet spot. You take it home. You edit it, and it's like magic. My name is Tom Nestor. I am an artist and photographer in San Francisco Bay Area. I got my start in photography. I actually started in graphic design, and I studied at university, got a fine arts degree. And then when I moved to San Francisco, I kind of converted to photography because it was a lot easier to manage. I didn't need a lot of space, and the city itself brings a lot of beauty, and it's very easy to photograph. Recently, traveling to New Orleans, I really enjoyed the architecture there and the aging of the buildings. And so a lot of the photos I took were kind of profiles of those buildings, kind of straight on. My preferred subject in photography is nature, and I like to do a lot of stuff with macro photography, where I photograph bugs, flowers, and animals close up. I enjoy capturing small moments that one might not notice unless they were paying attention or stopping for a moment to actually see. I took a wide-angle lens with me to New Orleans because I knew that a lot of the shots are going to need a much wider open image, and so I can get more of the street and more of everything. The history really draws me to it. Much like San Francisco, the architecture is kind of similar because they're kind of both in the same period of time. And so to me, it's interesting to see the juxtaposition between California kind of not eroded old buildings and these ones which were quite eroded, and including hurricanes even. It's pretty amazing that these structures can still exist even though they're getting battered every single year. Whereas in San Francisco, they just get sun and maybe some rain. I enjoy the jazz influence in New Orleans. My father was a jazz player. He played saxophone and guitar, so I kind of grew up with that. And to me, it's kind of close to my heart. And it was really nice to see people just out on the streets playing and carrying on. Jazz is really important because I grew up listening to my father play jazz, and he also listened to it a lot. So anytime we were in the car, he'd always be playing jazz or blues. And so to see where that all kind of rooted from and where it stemmed from was really kind of a historical moment for me. Whenever I view photos of them, I found myself more interested in the people themselves than the music or the place that they're in, because they're real people and they're doing this every single day, and that's how they make money. And so it was cool to see a true artist doing their craft. To me, photography is more of a personal endeavor. I don't really intend to make money on it, even though that would be very nice. But for me, it's more capturing those moments and really caring about my subjects. Originally coming from Pennsylvania, I found that was what really drew me to nature. And coming to the Bay Area, I find that there's a lot of nature around the city if you just kind of drive outside. And so I take a lot of day trips outside the city to photograph nature and the ocean and whatever else I can find. I've traveled to many places, including Croatia and Italy. I find that I don't go looking for subjects, but I rather let the subjects come to me. And a lot of times I'll just go into a place and kind of be quiet and wait for nature to kind of come out. And that's whenever I truly find those moments where I know I got something amazing. One particular moment, I was photographing a egret in Golden Gate Park, actually, and it was a really great shot. And then I remember I just kind of turned around, and right behind me was a coyote, and I had been waiting to get the shots of the coyotes forever, but they're usually out at night, so you can't really get them in the daytime too often. But I just happened to have the camera at the right time, and I just turned around, and 30 feet away from me was this wolf-like coyote, and I just started snapping, and that was kind of a monumental photo for me personally. people come to me and ask me about cameras and what kind of camera to buy and what they should do. You can really get wrapped up in spending a lot of money on something that you may not be ready for. I think the most important thing is to learn the fundamentals of photography. Once you learn the kind of core essence of it, you can kind of translate that to any type of camera.